He does very well. He'll say it himself and I'll translate.
Okay.
Sunny, cast कैसे हुआ फिल्म में acting role कैसे मिला पूरी कहानी?
मैं एरंडा मॉडल स्कूल में था एक आया मेरे को लेके गया अंदर ही में और मेरा पापा नीचे बिठाया और मेरे को लेके गया ऊपर खेला और एक्टिंग भी किया
Any Hindi-speaking people in the house?
What language are we speaking? Hindi?
That was Hindi.
Yeah, thank you.
So it all started off when I was in school one day in Air India Model School in Mumbai until one lady by the name of Alicia came and she took me for a workshop that was happening. And there were a total of more than 2,000 children all over the country that were being considered, that were auditioned for this role. I was shortlisted amongst the top 100. And then came a magician by the name of Garth Davis, the director, and he just waved his wand, removed the 2 zeros, and made me number 1.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Sunny, how old are you now?
8
You're 8? And how old were you when you made the film?
6
6, okay. And was it fun?
yeah
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how did you learn how to act? Is that
मैं टीवी देख रहा था छोटा भी मैं उसमें आ गया
I was born to do it.
Humble.
I'd love to hear sort of what you think of Saru as a little boy. Is he like you? Is he just like you?
कुछ पसंद है
I like everything about Saru.
Because? How come?
इसमें आपका हो गया था इसलिए मम्मी से वो चढ़ गया था उसका मम्मी से भी चढ़ गया था
He gives me hope because he achieved something. He achieved the impossible. So looking at Saru, he gives me hope and strength.
So was there a lot of improvisation then on this film?
Well,
In his scenes, I mean.
no, I don't think so. I mean, there was a lot of play acting in the sense that with the games that Garth and Miranda had played with Sonny, and you'd have to probably get more specific with Sonny about this actually to see what he remembers about what that was. But there were certain actions that Garth would say to Sonny if he wanted Sonny to concentrate. I think he said, what was his? Yeah.
It was the sign language.
Exactly.
What does that mean, Sunny? What is that?
सैड
नहीं इसका मतलब क्या है अच्छा जब गार्थ ओके बोलता था जब नेगेटिव बोलता था क्या होता
अच्छा बोलता था और ना मैं हंसता था खुश रहता था ऐसा करता था दिल में ये होता था
So if Garth, the director, would do this, which means it's a good take. He would just go like this on the face and on the heart.
Garth's heart.
So that means that he's doing it well and that's a good take.
And if he wanted something different, what would he tell you? What would he show you?
चाहिए रहता था दूसरा करने को तो क्या बोलता था गार्थ?
मालूम नहीं
No, that's all that he used to say.
All the takes were good then, which is good. That's good.
Okay, this is the handshake that the director and the actor shared. Here we go. Okay? Yeah. That's how Sunny and Garth bonded on the film.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Tell me if this is correct, but I heard that the first film that Sonny had ever seen was this film, and it was 4 weeks ago. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true. Sunny actually has never seen a film before. And the first time he ever saw a film was Lion. And it was on the 16th of November at the premiere in New York.
So Greg is the DP on Rogue One.
Very similar film.
Very similar. Very similar.
If you haven't
Sure.
seen Rogue One, there's a spoiler.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe like two minutes on that set for the budget of this film, perhaps.
Yeah, it's funny though. I mean, quite a lot of people have asked me about the similarities, but they were both shot in 2015. And they're both shot, for me, back to back, as in
Really?
Yeah, like they were back to back. And to me, actually, even though they're completely different subjects, the actual filmmaking itself, the actual process of the filmmaking is exactly the same. I mean, you know, it seems ridiculous. If you go and see Rogue tomorrow night, you'll go, how possibly can he imagine that? But when you've got a camera in front of an actor, it doesn't matter where the actor is, who they are, what they're saying. Like, it's effectively the same process. And so, to me, in my mind, I go, yeah, it's the same. Well, it wasn't the same project, I know that. I'm smart enough to know it wasn't the same project.
Right.
But it feels like it's the same, kind of, it comes from the same place.
Well, what's the difference when you're working with a completely fresh, new, young actor who's kind of just completely going instinctively, and the set of actors on Rogue One where you have, you know, very, very experienced actors
Trained
and
adults. Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's not. I mean, again, the thing that you always try and give actors is space and freedom and flexibility. Like, technically, there are always marks people have to hit, but to try and not have to give them parameters was the key. I mean, particularly Sonny, because you know you don't want him walking into and stepping onto a mark or walking into a light. So
you have to work around him, do you mean, or?
yeah, effectively. I mean, I would say so. I mean, you know, he knows what end of the camera is, so he's not going to go the other end of the camera. But the thing is, it's if he responds a certain way, you need to be reactionary and reactive to that.